What's going on, guys? ZombifiedGamer here and welcome back to some more This Is the Police 2. Picking up exactly where we left off on November the 22nd.
Any other questions?
So how long you been working undercover?
Since February.
So you're like our new sheriff now, huh?
Mr. Nash will partly take over management of the department. Some of you will now be his subordinates. Bad news, Cliff. I'm still the sheriff. Well, if you understand everything and there's no more questions, then let's...
Wait, I have a question. When are we going to take that thing down?
I meant questions for Mr. Nash.
Then I have a question for Mr. Nash. Mr. Nash, when are we going to take that thing down?
When are we taking that thing down?
We're not taking it down.
Sorry, bud. Looks like it's staying up.
That's enough. Everybody back to work.
Yeah, she's not going to get any respect, is she? It's all going to go to Jack now. Which sucks. Especially considering she's the sheriff.
It was Sheriff Wells who hung that tapestry here. He said he made me his first deputy because I was the only one who understood what it says.
What does it say?
Well, now there's two of us.
Okay, someone didn't come into work. He's shit anyway, he's got 15 professionalism. Mr. Nash, I'm so glad to be on your team. Finally, we can get down and do some proper police work under the leadership of a real man. I'm ready to give it 100%, but there's one thing I need to go do with the guys. From my funk band to Ripton, to a guitar specialist, so he can set up our instruments right. We're getting ready to perform a concert at our cousin's, and we can't cancel it. You understand, so I'll go quickly today, and tomorrow I'll be the first one through the door. How about you fucking stay at work and do your job? You little shit. Leaving the station on any task requires a cop's energy. When exhausted to the limit, a cop might not show up for work, or fall asleep at the wheel and get into an accident. Yes, we know all about that. Cops are people too. Some of them, for one reason or another, abuse alcohol. Most of them will have a drink or two if the situation calls for it, but some are such alcoholics who always show up drunk for their shift, and their performance at work is much worse than anyone else's, if they even manage to show up for work in the first place. Okay. A cop's characteristics determine how effective and useful they'll be given in a situation. Okay, each cop carries several items of equipment. The cop returns these equipment to the department when the shift ends. The only items that every cop always carries are a revolver and a knife. So I've got to keep that in mind. I also noticed that there's a lot of different stats for people now. Strength, intelligence, speed, stealth, shooting, and negotiation. So it's certainly more complex than the previous game. Can I give anyone equipment now? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Choose a cop and select his equipment. Shockers, pepper spray, and stun grenades disappear after use. Tasers expend a cartridge for every shot, but you can always rely on your baton. Okay. And you can also auto-assign things. And they have 4 slots each. I think this guy's good at shooting, so I'll give him a taser. Which means he should also be given a cartridge, of course, so he can actually shoot someone. Maybe I should just auto-assign stuff. And it completely replaced the taser for that guy. I still want him to have a gun though, because he is the best shooter, so... You can have the stun grenade. And I'll give this guy the taser with a cartridge and a stun grenade. That should be fine, right? Although the other guy's not even at work today, is he? So he don't need that. So I'll just give that to someone else. This guy who doesn't have one. I guess you can have a taser. Okay, let's go. Let's do this thing.
516 in progress.
Urgent calls are time sensitive. You need to send your cops out before the timer expires. Yeah. We know. A drunken worker parked his truck sideways, blocking in several cars. When the owner of the cars asked him to move, the man climbed onto the roof of his truck and ordered the dogs beneath him to shut their yaps. Okay. And we need to send at least 300 professionalism for this. And we can actually look at the people's info as well, just to check the stats. Cool. Good. Like that. So I'll send that guy in with the best shooter. Which was who again? Where are you? You've got 2. You've got 3. So it was you. Send. Mustard and Belmont are on the case. I don't want to send a bunch of people though, because I don't want them to be too thinly spread out. No matter how good your cops are, they can't do it without your orders. All difficult decisions are on your shoulders. Okay. When you are deciding how to respond to a particular situation, you have to choose the cop that's most suitable for carrying out your orders. A drunken worker is standing on the roof of his truck, pissing on anyone who approaches. Okay. Let's have a chat with him. Oh, you have to actually specify who does each action as well. Interesting. We'll get Mustard to do it.
516.
Okay, we got him. The drunken worker hurries to the rescue, jumping onto the roof of the truck without even fastening his pants. Back on the ground, he was greeted by a cop who easily placed him under arrest. With every 50 points of professionalism, a cop receives 1 skill point. You can spend it as you see fit. Okay. So I guess this is to replace the promotion system in the previous game, where you give people stripes. Let's go with intelligence. A policeman disarms explosive devices and notices traps and warns his friends about them. Okay. And you leveled up as well. I will put yours in stealth. A policeman can spend 1 action and move right in front of the enemy without them noticing. Okay. And he's also got the chameleon perk. A policeman hides better behind small cover. Okay. These kind of sound like the XCOM stuff, so I don't know where that comes into play. A girl entered the vault, stole an urn filled with ashes, and is trying to escape. It's a very weird choice. Let's send you. And who's best at negotiations? I think that might be useful. You. Off we go. They end up going to the calls pretty quick, don't they? Certainly quicker than they used to. A girl with an urn in one hand is climbing outside through a small window. Seeing a cop, she screams, "Don't touch me, I'm fulfilling the last will of my beloved. Her parents would rather die than let me destroy her ashes." Okay, let's just convince her to try reach an understanding. We'll use Shinny because she's the best at negotiation. Well, actually they're equal.
551 complete.
And we got her. You're right. We must transform hatred into love, otherwise what's there to live for? The girl then surrenders to the police. The urn returns intact to its proper shelf. Okay. Okay, Flower Pots has leveled up, so we'll put her perk into speed. The policeman can move an additional 1 or more cells. Okay. As for you, we'll put it in intelligence. Yeah, okay, we've already seen that one before. You're better at disarming traps and finding stuff.
573 in progress.
A man in a police uniform is standing at the entrance to the city, slowing everyone down and demanding money. Okay. I'll just wait on that call to use my other people. Put mustard on there. And then I'll send Shinny as well. And we'll put these two on there as well. Nash, the women I deal with at home are already driving me up the wall. I can't be babysitting while I'm at work too. What? Do your fucking job. Okay, I'll just send the same people just without him. Just put someone else on there instead. I don't know why he's being a twat. What are my affairs? Personnel. Oh, okay, that's just a check. Who's on the force? Cool. A man in a police uniform is standing on the side of the road counting some money. Let's get Shinny to say this. The man in a police uniform doesn't want to share and flees across the field. Chase him then. I'll use flower pots, because he's fast.
573.
Gotcha. The cop manages to catch up with and arrest the criminal. It turns out that his deceased mother-in-law, who worked as a cleaner at the police station, helped him get the uniform. Okay. But yeah, I don't know when the XCOM stuff, or the XCOM style stuff comes in. I'll just upgrade this guy's strength, so he can climb over a high wall or a fence. Cool. I'm assuming it's for special calls or something, I don't know. Let's just upgrade your intelligence. And we can end the day, okay. Beer can tabs, traditional currency in the sheriff's department. You get tabs for successfully completing missions and lose them for losing criminals and getting civilians killed. You can spend your tabs on new cops and extra equipment. Okay. So I don't have to request any officers then. I've got 15 tabs. Okay. I can afford one of the officers. I'll buy Jacob for 5. And then I'll buy some equipment. Get the pepper spray. And the taser. Well, I might as well get the cartridge as well. At the end of each day, you'll have to select the cops that will work tomorrow's shift. Okay. So it's not like split into 2 shifts like it was in the previous game. There's no alternating shift patterns, it's just these are all your officers, choose who works when. Okay. Interesting. I'm not going to work every day. Okay, so Shinny doesn't want to work. Cool. Use these ones, and we'll get Jacob on the shift as well. Birch the 3rd. That's great, because we had Birch and Birch Jr. in the first game, so now I've got Birch the 3rd in this game. I'll do 7 people. That should be fine, right? November 23rd.
Did I miss something?
No, I just want to move into the office where you were working yesterday.
So you're moving into a smaller office?
I'm moving where I'm more comfortable. That's the office I used to share with Gail. It's probably too big for me, but it'll be just right for you.
Can I help?
No, I don't like people pawing my stuff. You could get a bite to eat. I'll be finished in like 20 minutes. I can handle this. At least I can handle this.
Okay, then I'll go down to the dining hall then. Call me if you need me.
Lily, you need to stop beating yourself up. Be confident in what you can do.
Ah, Mr. Nash. Glad we have a chance to get acquainted again. This time under better circumstances, huh? Our first meeting didn't go so smooth.
You're right, I wanted to punch your lights out, mate.
You really must forgive me, Mr. Nash, for being so rude to you. It was rude of me to arrest you. You gotta admit, you don't really look like an undercover cop. Am I right, guys? But I didn't hit you too hard. I tried to be delicate with elderly gentlemen. I'm not some kind of monster. I didn't mean to offend anyone. You really shouldn't be offended. We're all grown-ups here. Why be offended? Why are you offended, Mr. Nash? I gotta say, I expect more from a senior police officer. Well, I don't know, more professionalism, you know? You seem like the kind of guy who sits behind a desk doing paperwork. Am I right, Mr. Nash?
That the bathroom?
Weren't you gonna drink your coffee, Mr. Nash? You're not incontinent, are you? Mr. Nash, do you have a problem? Is it an age thing, or did I just hit you too hard in the kidneys? If that's the problem, then I apologize, Mr. Nash. I tried not to hit any vital organs.
Nice one. Beat some sense into him. There we go. Let him learn his place. Although, could you not be done for assaulting a police officer there? Termites infested my bed, and I need to take it into the field and burn it. Or those little bugs are going to eat my whole house. Can I have the day off? No. Mr. Nash, yesterday I had a great trip to Ripton. Thanks for letting me go. I didn't let you go, you chose to go, I had no decision over that. The guitar specialist was a real master. Now our axes are roaring like true stadium masters. Unfortunately, our drummer Lenny has lost his sticks during the trip. And these were his special sticks, carved from Greinsberg black oak. He made them himself. Can you imagine? Anyway, we need to go back into the woods and find the right kind of oak, cut it down, and then cut enough sticks that Lenny can throw them off the stage and not be cheap about it. So you'll have to manage without me for now, but tomorrow I'll work a double shift, I promise. Well, you won't, will you? You'll find another excuse tomorrow to not show up and do your job. Right, let's move on then. Let's give some people some stuff. Okay, you're okay at shooting people, so you can have a taser. Why do I have batons on here, though? I thought everyone automatically has one. Right, taser cartridge, there you go. You can have a baton, some pepper spray, and you, Jacob, can have some stun grenades. And a baton. And you can have a shocker, and pepper spray, and a gun, I guess. Although you're not great at shooting. But no one else is, really. It's only Mustard that is. You can have a gun as well, because you've got something in shooting at least. And you can have a stun grenade. Maybe I'll just give everyone a stun grenade, since I have so many. Well, apart from this guy, because he's full of stuff, but... And for you, I'll give you 2 cartridges, just in case. I still have another gun. Does anyone else need a gun? I guess it's fine. We can just go. Okay, this is weird. I guess that's just instead of choosing your own music, like you could in the previous game.
520 in progress.
Public indecency. An elderly man wants to take a loan out to kill his wife. 40 years of marriage, she's been nothing but boring. But you don't even care. You give loans to bloodsuckers all day. He continued arguing with the bank clerk, and when the elderly man was finally denied credit, he made a scene and lowered his pants to teach a lesson to the corrupt banking system. Okay. Let's send mustard in. And flower pots. That should be enough. Are you sure you want to get rid of this cop permanently? After today's shift, he'll be Lily's problem, but he won't be getting a free substitute. That's not what I thought that meant at all. So I guess I'll just take him off that case. Put flower pots back on there. What did Mustard have? A gun? Well, this guy has a gun, but he's a shit shot. Let's put this guy on there. I don't like Mustard. He just doesn't want to do his job. I don't know why he even shows up for work at this point. Why can't I just replace him? Why did the lights just go out? I guess that's just changing time of day. That's a disgusting picture. The old man, his trousers down, is on the table squatting and groaning. I was refused a loan as a regular customer, so I'm ready to make a special deposit. Here it comes, just a second. For fuck's sake. Let's just restrain him. Let's get the other guy to do it because he's stronger. Gotcha. The cops grabbed the pantless old man and arrest him. I'm assuming the strength actually counts for something there. I don't know. And they're shooting. Wendy Peardot heard 2 loud shots in the street, and she's now afraid that the bandits will break into her house and kill her and her husband. That sounds a bit suspicious. I'm assuming false calls are still a thing in this game. So I might just let that one go and see what happens. What the fuck is this? Snowdrop. Mr. Nash, out back behind the station, one of the snowdrifts started melting, and the legs of some half-decayed corpses appeared. What are we supposed to do? Should we dig him out and search him, or call the cops from the morgue and let them do it? Better make up your mind quick before that corpse starts to stink. Just dig him out. It's fine. Nash, we pulled the filthy corpse out of the snowdrift, searched his pockets, but they were empty. I suggested the boys at least get his boots off. They looked as good as new, but as soon as we untied one of the shoelaces, it started stinking so bad that I had to throw up. I need to go home and rest for a while. Better drown those boots in cologne before you give them to anybody. You have received leather boots. You've got some valuables but nowhere to keep them. You just have to leave them in the corridor until you find a better place to put them. Maybe you'll be lucky and no one will walk off with them. Okay, so I'm assuming I'll be able to get some storage space for that stuff then. Yeah, it was a false alarm. There weren't any gunshots. The 2 loud backfires came from Mrs. Peardot's neighbour's moped. He built one that runs on a mixture of alcohol and manure. You've seen the price of diesel? I don't need it if I've got to pay that much. I feel you, but that's a very weird mixture.
Code I.
Code I? What? If the criminal has already disappeared from the scene of a crime, a full investigation will be opened. For this kind of job, a cop's speed and accuracy are unlikely to help. You'll need employees with brains. Okay. So we still have detective stuff, but we sent officers instead of detectives. So I guess I'll just choose someone with the highest intelligence. Someone stole a VCR from the Elmer family residence. Okay. Right. This guy's got high intelligence, so I'll send him. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. I think that's fine. Unless he's just going to collect evidence for a detective to then look through. Because that's not how it worked before. You just obviously sent the detective and then they came back with statements from people. And then they had to put frames together. Abduction. A woman reports that her baby along with the stroller was taken while she was picking up her eldest son from kindergarten. I literally turned away for a second. I was helping Christopher put on his scarf, and the stroller just disappeared. Okay, let's try send mustard. Just to bulk up the professionalism straight away, with flower pots as well, even though you're a bit tired. You should be fine. I'll send Birch the Third as well. And of course Mustard doesn't want to do it. You are a pain in the ass. So, flower pots and Birch. That should be fine, right? I'll put Jacob on there just to be safe. Why does Mustard have to be such a dick? Can I fire him? Seriously. Just replace him with someone good that actually shows up and does everything they're told. Just because you have to look after people at home doesn't fucking mean you shouldn't do your job. Outside the kindergarten there's a man who looks like a drug addict. He's pushing a baby stroller. Okay. Let's pull in front of him. And we'll get flower pots to do it. The patrol car pulls in front of the suspect. He ditches the stroller and runs down a narrow alley. I don't have the taser so I can't shoot him. That sucks. I guess I'll just chase him. Flower pots has got speed, so we'll use that. He's fastest. The cop caught up with the suspect and arrested him. It turned out that he wanted to sell the stroller for money to feed his drug habit. He was so strung out that he didn't notice there was a child inside. Well then. And I'll also try not to use flower pots for the rest of the day because he is quite fucking tired now. But I'll level up his strength. And we'll level up Birch's negotiation, I think. Okay. It's nearly the end of the day. Illegal sales. Can Mustard go on this one? A bartender is complaining that an old disabled man is standing near the entrance to his bar, selling homemade alcohol. Be careful with him. I think he's only pretending to be a crippled, said the bartender. Okay, let's try send them. Okay, Mustard wants to go this time. Investigation. Ari Aronvich interrogated some of the witnesses and prepared a preliminary report, The Secret of the Pink Chewing Gum. Okay. You don't have enough information right now to reconstruct the sequence of events and figure out who committed the crime. In the morning you can instruct one of your subordinates to continue the investigation. Okay. Mr. Nash, it's good that your guys got started working on my investigation so soon. The cops in Sharpwood aren't as bad as everyone says. I'm not a poor man, but someone steals something from your home, they steal the most valuable thing of all, your sense of security. Today they took your video player, tomorrow they'll take your wife, by force, you know what I mean? I can't allow this. So I'm ready to do whatever it takes to bring them to justice. I have a small business for installing water supply systems in homes. In other words, we install toilets, so homeowners don't have to do their business outdoors. Here's what I propose. If you put your best people on this and solve the investigation, then in return I'll install brand new toilets for all the cops in the area. You can't imagine how grateful the guys will be. Do you think they will like to freeze their asses off outside, especially when it's late at night? Well, of course not. Is this the same guy that showed up to Jack's house, trying to sell a toilet? Or maybe just that was one of his employees. Who wants some witch's moonshine? The old invalid is hawking his wares, shaking his crutch in the air. It'll turn any cripple into a man. People are gathered around hoping for a taste. Let's just restrain him. Gotcha. The cop knocked down the invalid and put him in the patrol car while his customers griped and moaned. Now he'll have to sell his moonshine in the prison yard. Okay. Let's get you stronger. I think strength has to do with restraining people, right? It should help with that. It would make sense anyway. And there's the end of the day. And we got another 15 tabs. What can we get this time? Well, there's some shit cops. Nickip is the best one there is, but he's not great. But it's 15. so it's not worth it. I'll just buy the equipment instead. I'll get a baton. Stun grenade I don't really need, but I'll get it anyway. I'll pick up the taser cartridge because it only costs 1 tab anyway, so it's a good deal. Okay, who do we want working for the next shift? I'll take Mustard. I'll take Shinny. I'll take Climsy, Birch the Third and Jacob. Yeah, I'll take these 2 as well. That should be enough, providing everyone shows up. November 24. Well, I'm going to leave this episode here. Leave a like if you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and goodbye.
I got a zombie army, and you can't harm me. Yeah, who do you, bitch? Drink blood like a vampire without warning.